I'm trying to understand you.
If I had wanted to have a subject of monetization, etc., there's monetization in our politics. So what I'm asking you, is it that you want to go the broader way or you want to limit yourself in the scope? Because I want us to limit ourselves to the scope.
Roland.
Do you think that a regulation was flouted or not?
Roland,
do you think that the member of parliament, the parliamentary candidate, should have behaved the way he did?
Roland, you've asked the question. I've given you my opinion. My opinion and your subject, the scope, we will limit it to your scope. Your scope borders on legality because a reportage has been made to the OSP. You cannot decouple my fact and my point that crime has no expiry date.
That is, the two are not coterminous. The two are not coterminous.
Would you allow me, Roland?
The two are not coterminous. Please speak on the specific subject.
Roland,
and I think that, with all due respect, speak on the specific subject.
With all due respect.
The incident that took place in Ayawa's was over. Please limit your scope to that incident. And let's speak to that next level.
Won't you allow me?
No.
You won't.
If you will not respond the way
you want.
No,
Roland, I did not dress
the way. No, please.
Roland,
don't go to 1992. Go to 2000.
No, Roland, I did not wake up, dress, and come to respond to it the way that would make you feel good.
We have a specific subject.
I am dealing with a specific subject.
So deal with it the way it has to be dealt.
It is never wrong, Roland. It is never wrong to refer to precedents and history in dealing with the matter.
That is true.
Especially
this very specific incident happened just yesterday.
At least for a minute.
Or 2 days ago.
Roland, at least for a minute. You invited me here. Let me express my opinion.
Yes, you are expressing your opinion.
And then when you ask a question, allow me explain my point.
And I'm allowing you.
You are
based
not.
on a question I'm asking.
No, you are not.
No,
and you go on to tell me.
Hold on.
Let me deal with it. And you go on to tell me you will not allow me if I don't answer in the way
because I asked a specific question.
And I am saying that you said the questions, I answer. The marking scheme is not with you.
No.
It's with our viewers.
I have never set a marking scheme. And
so allow me.
Go ahead.
Good.
And I'm saying that I asked a specific
you
question.
Allow me and then you come in again.
No, because this is specifically on an incident that happened with Ayawa's. Go ahead.
Roland, I don't have a problem when you come in with your questions. So that is why I keep quiet and I listen. But when I am explaining and you decide to make it a business of not allowing me, it becomes a problem to me. So please do allow me.
I have allowed you.
Thank you. So what I'm saying is that once it borders on reportage to the OSP, it is not wrong that I also call on the OSP, whereas my opinion is that the OSP should investigate. I have stated my opinion clearly. I do not hold the final verdict of what OSP will investigate. But I also believe that crimes do not have a expiry date. So whereas the OSP investigates it, it is right that you and I avert the minds of the OSP to other similar incidents. And one critical example is election 2020, special voting, John Dumelo sharing items in the queue. Do you have the video? Yes, I will show you the video and the news item reported by UTV. I've even cited it. So let me continue. I've dealt with it. Now I draw your attention and the attention of viewers that, Roland, it is a problem when the opposition, I initially stated that I believe that the government or ruling party must not also have the penchant of defending. That one you didn't talk. Now I add on to say that I believe it is also wrong, creates an atmosphere of hostility, that the NDC consistently becomes a complainant factory, where they are always complaining, especially when the issues are very, very simple and straightforward to deal with. I have cited Akando's complaint about a supposed transfer of the police commander. How is that consequential to the running of a smooth election when another police officer has been transferred? I have cited another one in Ashanti region where the NDC complained bitterly about Ashanti Regional Special Voting without adducing a single evidence. I have also cited another one in Upper West where the NDC again complained. It is becoming one too many. And that is my point. And I come to buttress it with my opinion that John Dramani Mahama has been inconsistent about his opinion about the work of our electoral space. And that has transcended into the posture by the NDC in the entire the election space. And that is where I draw the line.
Those complaints, is it about the electoral commission?
Yeah, the EC cited.
No, I'm asking you a specific question. Is John Dumelo's complaint about the electoral commission on an action that has been taken by a parliamentary candidate in the constituency he's contesting?
He cited the parliamentary candidate. He cited the EC. And he cited the security team there. So you do not pick and choose which one I deal with. If I decide to deal with, and I've dealt with my Lydia situation, and I've said that I reserve that to the OSP. I do not have the mandate to go and do OSP's work. Once it has been reported, I leave that to it. Now I have also my opinion on the EC's part, and my opinion is that the NDC must not become a complainant factory in this election. You do not approach an election in that way, and you see, it has a broader implication. It has a broader implication because it borders on our peace and the emotional stability of NDC members, and this is why it becomes even more dangerous. We cannot take the emotions of our party members for granted. MPP cannot do that, and the NDC cannot do that. Consistently, when the NDC has no strategy in an election, they become a complainant factory. Complain. Set a pretext to an election they are clearly going to lose. And that is why I have a problem. And that's why I draw the line. And that is where, if you're a young person and you're watching me today, you must be very, very wary and careful who you're going to cast your vote for. Because if you're an NDC member and your party's campaign machinery cannot manage a campaign in the face of all the challenges, then how do you expect someone like me to believe that same party that it can manage a country? And why do I say that the NDC struggles to manage its own campaign and resort to nothing but complaint? It's been 8 years in opposition, and there's never been a time they've been consistent in messaging. Every time the NDC comes out with a message, Sami Jemfi's inability to manage his communications quarters very well leads to duplicity and inconsistency in the messaging. You pick their promises, and every time there are so many plethora, different and diverse ways of communicating it. They pick the issue of first year's free academic, and then one breath it is student loan. One breath they talk about technical universities not being part. In another breath they apologize. You come to 24 economy. In one breath it is Wache at 2 a.m. In one breath it is banking at 2 a.m.
You have a minute.
Consistently, the NDC lacks the understanding of managing their own political party. And then it makes me very clear in my mind that the NDC will struggle to manage Ghana. So if you're a young person and you are listening to me today, you should look at the posture of the NDC in managing their elections and their party. And the failure that after 8 years, they only come back to tell Ghanaians that it is banking at 2 a.m. that they offer to the people of this country. And that is why I believe that Roland and yourself and every well-meaning Ghanaian should be worried and ensure that come December 7th, we vote for bold solutions. Bold solutions that ensures that we protect Agenda 111. Bold solutions that ensure that we protect free senior high school. Bold solutions that ensures that we protect one district, one factory. Bold solutions that ensures that drone delivery services of medical supplies in this country is protected and secured. Thank you very much, Roland.
Clearly, regulations flouted. What you saw in the paper, can we have those videos come in where they're sharing the food and you get to find out that the candidate and then the member of parliament herself says, well, she wasn't even there. And at the end of the day, the videos also do indicate the women's organizer of the constituency or whatever, and she's rightly there. And she says, well, they give food freely. But this cannot be the norm, can it be? Richard.
Roland, well, let me say good morning to you and good morning to our viewers. And good morning to His Excellency, the incoming President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and the good people of Nkwanta South constituency and Oti region as a whole. Roland, listening to my brother Dennis, I have viewed that as a journalist myself who understand the concept of media and visual communication. I take things very serious and analyze issues before the content, any content I want to bring out there, I filter it very well. Because I know the implication of mis and disinformation, which if you are not careful, I've always said that misinformation is dangerous than HIV/AIDS.
What's your point?
So my point is that any things you want to say, you should be careful. 3 days to elections. These are critical issues we must take notice of. And these are issues that will strengthen our democracy. You ask him of the incidents in Ayawaso West Wogon. What did he say? He said, for them as a political party, they don't care what happens.
Yeah, please
they don't mind what happened. They are only focusing on winning elections, and that is the MPP for you. So if you have a flag bearer and a campaign team that flouted a PNDC law 284 in this country, and a citizen and a parliamentary candidate has gone to special prosecutor to report such a corrupt act and corrupt incident to a special prosecutor, I think as young as we are, we should be sitting here thinking about how we'll be able to protect the integrity of our democracy. We should think of how we should be able to weigh and have confidence as which leader and what leader we choose at what time. Lydia and what he has done and what I saw, I have always termed this lady to be very undemocratic. It's an allergic to our democracy. And that has always been a problem. What is it about her? That any time Lydia wants to contest any elections in this country, it's either it might be chaos, it's either about following of the rules in this country, or it's other that he doesn't even take democracy into consideration. You remember what happened at Ayawaso under the care of Lydia Alhassan. And that people were gunned down, people were seized not to vote in this country. The NDC have to withdraw from that election to make sure she has gone through that parliamentary proceeding illegally, because our parliamentary candidate was not even allowed to come out to vote. And you saw what happened. Blood was shed. Members of parliament were beaten up. We talked about it. What did President Adam Akufo-Addo do? When a short commission came out with to reprimand Michael Opoku, the Dan Opoku was even promoted to Brigadier General in this country. And we raised such concern about it. This incident happened at Ayawaso. Recently, a University of Ghana, at the gate, she went there, bribed the security officer.
She said that she's...
What are you saying? We saw the security officer come out.
Yes.
She went there,
but her
bribed...
response was that she has no...
Listen, I am telling you, she went there... That's what she does in that person. What are you saying? You saw what happened on the video, where she's talking to electorate direct online. Security officers, people with reputation, people who can trust. Look, if Lydia Alhassan can go in and bribe security officers to vote for him, what happened to the Nando Dankwa and Baumia?